everyone, it's time. Let's go. Are we still singing I'm Walking? I walked. Good morning and welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Wilmington. It is Sunday, October 13th. I am Reverend Dr. Ellen Contente, and I am your co-minister today. So please join and welcome us and sing with our celebration singers. I walked, and I just keep on walking.
I walked and I walked all night long. I walked and I walked until I saw the light. I just couldn't be contented. I just couldn't be contented. I just couldn't be contented until I saw the light. I prayed and I prayed. I prayed all night long. I prayed and I prayed until I saw the light. I just couldn't be contented. I just couldn't be contented. I just couldn't be contented until I saw the light. I sang and I sang. I sang all night long. I sang and I sang until I saw the light. I just couldn't be contented. I just couldn't be contented. I just couldn't be contented until I saw the light. Rocking my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rocking my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rocking my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rocking my soul. I walked and I walked. I walked all night long. I walked and I walked until I saw the light. I just couldn't be contented. I just couldn't be contented. I just couldn't be contented until I saw the light.
My blank now. Good morning, Unity family. So nice to see you here, and I'm hoping more people come in the door today. Welcome, and to another wonderful service. We start by saying our vision and mission statement. Our mission statement is that we are, please join me, is a vibrant, loving, spiritual community expanding consciousness. And our vision is united in love, the world celebrates joy, abundance, and harmony. And with that, we have our statement of being, our statement of truth, which is there is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotence. And along with that, we have 3 affirmations that we claim, and that is, I am a beloved expression of God. I am here for a holy purpose. I am in the right place at the right time right now. Okay. Now we're going to have the daily word. Lisa.
Good morning, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here. The word for today, Sunday, October the 13th, is belong. Please join me as we read today's affirmation. As spiritual beings, we all belong belong in the heart of God. A true sense of belonging is one of the best feelings in the world. It's knowing that I am at home, fully accepted as I am, and valued for my unique contributions. Today, I celebrate my belonging as a divine being, a child of God. No matter my station in life, my personal history, or my particular circumstances, I am a valued member of the human family. And I extend the same understanding to all others. I look beyond appearances and even beyond my own preconceived notions to see my fellow divine beings. I honor their unique gifts, just as I would want them to honor mine. We belong together. We belong all as one in the family of God. And the Bible verse is from John. I ask not only on behalf of these, but also on behalf of those who will believe in me through their word, that they may all be one. And please know I'm available for one-on-one prayer immediately following the service, right here next to the prayer box.
So Unity is a praying church. We are a healing center. So absolutely take full advantage of our prayer partners. And if you need us to pray for you or celebrate with you, go ahead and fill out one of the forms, put them in the prayer box, and definitely see one of the prayer partners or one of the ministers, whether it's myself or Dr. Herbert. We are here to support everyone, whether you're in the sanctuary or you are watching us online, which I know millions and millions of people are watching us online. I'm affirming that right now. Because believing is seeing, and that's what our talk is today. But before we do our talk, let's have a moment of prayer and meditation. So today's meditation, my heart has been really full with the people around this country and around the world that have been going through so much, whether it's in the western part of the state, whether it's in Florida, whether it's in the Middle East, or it's in the Ukraine, or anywhere in this country where people need support, need love, need healing. So let's take a moment, close our eyes, let's take a nice deep breath in. And let us know that we all belong to the human race. As divine spiritual beings, we are all connected no matter where we are. And seeing our brothers and our sisters, let's see each and every person healthy, whole, complete, with everything that they need to live the lives that they desire. Breathing in. Feeling that power within us of wholeness and healing and kindness and compassion for what anyone might be experiencing. Knowing that within the illness, within the lack, there is still wholeness, there is still health, there is hope. Breathing in. Release. Let go of any fear, any doubt, anything that is blocking the perfection that we know exists. Affirm for yourself, I am healthy, whole, and complete. And holding that vision of peace, calm, wholeness, and having all of our needs met, knowing that each and every person has what they need right now. And so let's take a moment of silence and just send out those feelings of love and health and wholeness around the world. When we believe it, we see it. And let us believe right here and right now and affirm that we are creating the world the way we choose to see it, the way we know it can be, with peace and prosperity and abundance and safety and security for all. And so let's take one more nice, long, slow, deep breath in and release. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and open up your eyes. All right. Thank you, everyone. It is my honor and pleasure, as always, to welcome Terrell Williams back on stage to sing I Believe I Can Fly. Let's give him a round of applause.
To think that I could not go on, and life was nothing but an awful song. But now I know the meaning of true love. I'm leaning on the everlasting arms. If I can see it, then I can do it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. I spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. See, I was on the verge of breaking down. Sometimes silence can seem so loud. There are miracles in life I must achieve. But first I know I must start in me. Oh, if I can see it, then I can be it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. 'Cause I believe in me. Oh, if I can see it, then I can do it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. Sing with me. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. About it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. If I just spread my wings, I can fly. I can fly. I can fly. Fly, fly, fly.
Whoa, how many of you believe that you can fly now? Woo! Thank you, Terrell, Katie. Thank you, Justin, and Mitch. Thank you so much. Woo! Ah, I needed that song. So it is Imagination Month. How many of you knew that's what our theme is this month? Hands up. Oh, I want to see every hand go up there. So I guess we're not doing a good job sharing that with everyone. Imagination is one of our 12 powers or 12 faculties of the mind. So every month we choose a different power to focus our talks on. So I chose my title today as Believing is Seeing. But usually, you know, in the human realm, we were taught you have to see it first to believe it. If I don't see it, it's not there. It's not true. So here's what I am seeing right now. How many of you were here for the first time? Hands up. Welcome. We have our beautiful welcome team that's going to hand you a packet with some information about our center. And if you'd like to get on our e-blast list to find out all the amazing things we're doing, you're welcome to do that. And I look forward to talking with you after service today. So we have a lot of folks here for the 100th time, right? The millionth time. And so welcome once again to everybody who is watching us online. It's so amazing that we can do a service live and online at the same time, right? So there's so much that we don't necessarily see, but it's true, it's real. That's the imagination. I mean, it's one of the most powerful capacities that we have to create our lives. I have to first see it in my mind and believe it for it really to be out there. So how many of you, though, use the power of imagination to create the worst case scenarios? Right? Like, yeah, I see some hands that are doing like worst case scenario. Because the imagination is such an amazing tool. It's such an amazing tool. We can see the worst play out in our minds, and yet it's not real. And we can also create the most amazing things in our minds and actually create that. So I want our affirmation today. I pulled it right out of the song. Our affirmation today is it going? There we go. Oops, too fast. Don't look, not yet. Our affirmation today is, I am soaring through my life. So let's say that together. I am soaring through my life. And absolutely, when we believe that we can fly, when we believe that we can do whatever it is that we are endeavoring to do, if that's good English or not, we can do it. We can do it. So, Napoleon Hill said, all achievement, all earned riches have their beginning in an idea. And so use the word riches to mean whatever you want it to mean in your life. It's not just money. As a matter of fact, it has really nothing to do with money. Right? In our abundance consciousness class, we're talking about creating a life that's abundant in all areas. Money, yes, but health and relationships and career and creative expression, whatever it is that we want to have in our lives. And, you know, when we first think about it, we have to understand that everything starts as an idea. And we are co-creating our experience, what we want to have in our lives, with spirit. We are divine expressions of God, and that is one of the unity principles. How many of you know what principle this is? Principle number 3. We co-create in our mind with spirit. So it's an idea that starts. What is it that I want to create in my life? So in the song, I believe I can fly, I believe I can touch the sky. The very first person who thought that, they were believed to be crazy. Like, fly? Only birds can fly. Man can't fly. And when we believe it, then of course there's nothing to it. Can you achieve something if you don't believe you can do it? No, you can't. You can't. And I got back into running. Day 2 was yesterday. And I started listening to my audio tape again. Is it an audio tape? If it's, you know, I don't know, whatever. It's one of those audible the things that I listen to. And on day 1, the first thing she says is, you have to believe that you can do it. Because your body will do whatever your mind tells it it can or can't. And as I'm trudging, and it felt like I was trudging down the street, and I was doing it was like 2 minutes on as like this fast pace, and then 2 minutes off, 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off. And I would get to like 1 minute, 30 seconds, and she'd say, there's 30 seconds more to go. Keep it up. You can do it. And I'm like, and it was like my body was saying, no, you can't. No, you can't. You haven't run in a year. No, you can't. But I'm listening to this other voice saying, you can do it. You can do it. It's only 30 more seconds. You can do it. And I did it. I mean, I finished the workout. I did it. But it was a battle in my mind. Can I, can't I? Can I, can't I? And it was like, which voice was I willing to listen to be able to create the experience that I wanted? So there's a story of Anton de Saint-Exupéry, and I know I pronounced that wrong, excuse me, but he tells a story about he needed people to build a ship. And how do I motivate people to build a ship? Because they can't see the ship. They couldn't really see what it was that they were creating. So he said, you know what? Teach everyone instead to yearn for a vast and endless sea. Create the vision of what the ship is for. So when we can't see the end, like what is it that we're doing? Create the vision of what we're doing and stay focused on that. So my vision was, finishing, the next race that I'm doing and getting the next medal. That's what I was focusing on, not the next half a mile that I was going. So when we have impossible dreams, we really have to see the end in mind. So I found this picture because each and every one of these inventions, you can see there's a lot of things on here, these all started as an idea in mind, right? The airplane. The airplane, human flight was dismissed as fantasy. Fantasy. Nobody, we can't fly. We don't have wings, right? Maybe we have a little bit here. I'm working on that too. What about a light bulb? That was believed to be impossible. Not so much, right? PCs, portable computers, I think I shared before. I was in sales. That was my first career, was in tech sales. And I actually sold the very first personal computer. Nobody ever thought that people could have their own personal computer because computers took up rooms bigger than this. My dad worked for American Airlines in data processing, and I remember as a little girl going to his office, and it would be like an ice chest walking through because those machines were so big and they had to stay cool. So he couldn't even imagine that years later his daughter was going to be literally selling personal computers. It was just unheard of. And now we carry them around, right, in our hand, our smartphones. Radio, Marconi was dismissed as a dreamer. Right? So radio, TV, space travel, internet, pretty much everything that we experience today was thought of as impossible. A dreamer. It couldn't happen. It just couldn't exist. I mean, I was, yesterday, I got to see the inner workings of a dreamer because we had to take our toaster apart. Yeah, so it was a beautiful day, as everybody knows. Yesterday was a gorgeous day, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to sit in the backyard, I'm going to enjoy a cup of coffee, and I'm going to have a Pop-Tart, because my wonderful husband bought Pop-Tarts, which he knows I can't resist. They're not on my diet, but I just can't resist the strawberry ones. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to warm it up because they taste so good warm, and I'm going to sit outside, read my Divine Audacity book here, which I'm going to share in a moment, and I'm going to enjoy a Pop-Tart. Well, within a couple of minutes, I'm like, why is it not popping up? It's not popping up. It's a Pop-Tart. It's supposed to pop. It's supposed to pop up. And I went over to the toaster, and it had somehow gotten stuck. It just wouldn't come up. And what had happened was it got, I guess, too warm, and the frosting melted to the side of the toaster. So I'm trying to dig it out, and I can't get it out. So, of course, I call my husband over, and I say, Jose, I got the Pop-Tart stuck in the toaster. So we're shaking it upside down. We're trying to get it out. It did not want to come out. So he gets all his screws, and I'm not exaggerating. He must have had 5 different screwdrivers, multiple different tools to, pull things apart. And I was completely and utterly fascinated when we got most of it out. We couldn't get the whole thing completely taken apart, but I got enough to see the inner workings of a toaster. How many of you just put, your stuff in a toaster and you never think about it? Yeah, we don't. We don't think about the things that are so incredible that work every day. And I'm looking at the components of a toaster. I'm like, I had no idea a toaster was that sophisticated. It was just like, whoa. So, the story finally ends where we couldn't get the whole toaster taken apart, but we were able to get the Pop-Tart out of the toaster. And I knew it was the universe's way of keeping me on my diet. Yes, because I ended up throwing out the pieces of that and went on to the next thing that was on my to-do list, which I was grateful I didn't eat the Pop-Tart. So Thomas Troward says, having seen and felt the end, you have willed the means to the realization of the end. So we have to see what it is that we want. Like we are doing that here at Unity, at our beautiful spiritual center. We are seeing what we want to create, right? We've got the healing rooms in the back. We have this beautiful sanctuary. We've got so many programs that we had to completely change the fellowship hall to have enough sign-up sheets because we saw what it is that we want to create. And it happens. It happens. So you must recognize that you have to believe it before it happens. Now, there's another part of this that Butterworth says. We see things not as they are, but as we are. As we are. So where are we in consciousness? That's what he's talking about. Where are we in consciousness? Are we in an abundance consciousness, and then we see everything? Or are we in a lack consciousness? Where, well, if I don't see it, I can't believe that it's going to happen. If I don't believe it, then I'm in a lack consciousness. So our perception is also shaped by our own personal experiences. And so it has a lot to do with, self-image and expectancy. What do I expect to receive in my life? What do I expect to have in my life? There's a story in spiritual economics that we covered in our class. I don't know if it was last Wednesday or probably last Wednesday. Story about a salesperson who's, again, we're talking about self-image and expectancy. They didn't think he was doing very well. He was bringing in about $25,000 a month consistently. But he was in a territory that should have been earning about $100,000 a month. And they wanted to fire him. But his manager said, you know what, give him another shot. He's working really hard. He's a really, let's put him in a territory that's not doing well at all. It's like barely bringing in $10,000. So they put him into this territory, and he brings in $25,000. They were like, oh my God, look at that, wow. This territory wasn't doing well at all. And they said, you know what, let's put him back into the old territory. How much do you think he brought in that $25,000? Because that was his barometer, his level, his expectancy. It's $25,000. And so thinking about your own life, when we don't always get what we pray for, what is our expectancy? What is our idea? Do we believe that we are deserving of $100,000? Or are we deserving of the love of our lives? Are we deserving of the pool in the backyard? That's my thing. Are we deserving of what it is that we want? Because you have to believe that too. Not just to believe it to see it, but do you believe that you are deserving? So it's about not seeing things as they are. When we see things as we are, we also have to raise our own consciousness so that I can see things rightly. So I can see things rightly. That's about seeing beyond the condition. There is health in the illness. There is wholeness in the lack when we see things rightly and we see beyond the conditions. So when we are looking, watching the news and we're seeing, the floods and we're seeing what's happening around the world, instead of focusing on what we're seeing, let's believe in seeing the other side. Let's believe and see people healthy, whole, and complete, homes rebuilt, people, back in, doing their lives and doing all of that. We have to see things rightly. Otherwise, we get stuck in the condition. And then we don't believe we can fly anymore. So it's also about not settling for the way things are, and it's about recognizing that we do have the power. So I want to read something from Divine Audacity, which is a wonderful book. Actually, Anne turned me on to this book, and I'm now studying it in the 12 Powers. So we have to recognize, and this is from actually Neville Goddard. He said, disregard appearances, conditions, in fact, all evidence of your senses that deny the fulfillment of your desire. Rest in the assumption that you are already what you want to be. For in that determined assumption, you and your infinite being are merged in creative unity. And with your infinite being or God, all things are possible. So that's going to require a lot of believing when we're not seeing that. It's going to require faith, which is another power. That's why I think imagination is so strong, because I need to believe it first. That activates my faith and my will and my understanding and my zeal to make it happen. So we want to make sure we never, ever, ever settle for less. So let's take a look at some examples, and I found a couple. So how many of you know who this is? We probably know who this is, right? Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He believed that he could be, the man on the right. He was a scrawny, I wouldn't say skinny. That was actually that other picture that he had already started working out. But he was a scrawny, skinny kid. But when he looked in the mirror, he believed that he could transform his body. That's what I do when I'm working out. I do honestly believe that I can transform my body. I have to see it, though. I have to see that and believe that and have trust and faith. So he believed that. Here's another famous person that we all know, Spielberg. Here's a really interesting story you might not know. As a young filmmaker, he famously, but not so much at the time, he snuck onto Universal Studios and he set up an office for himself as a director before he even was a director. And he went on to become, as we all know, one of the most influential directors of all times. I mean, there's probably not a Spielberg movie that one of us hasn't seen in our lifetime. Some of us have probably seen all of his films. But can you imagine? He believed it so strongly that he went to the studio and just set up an office. Director. Director. Right? So he was living by this. By the power of imagination, I live as if. I live as if. This is that fake it till you make it. Who do you want to be? What do you want to have? Right? Live as if. The future, when we envision the future for ourselves, it demands that we be that person today. When we pray and we affirm, we are stating it in the present. We're not, well, one day I hope that, or I hope and wish one day. One day is today. One day is today. So, ask yourself, if I believe that I'm healthy, if I believe that I'm in the most incredible relationship, if I believe I'm doing the things that I love to do, how would that person act right now? What are the action steps that person takes? What are the habits that they have? What do they do when they wake up in the morning? What's the first thing they would do? Be the person that you envision yourself to be right now. Right? How does a person who runs marathons behave? They get out on the track and they run. How does a person that wants to have that Arnold Schwarzenegger body behave? They go to the gym and they work out. How does a person that wants to be healthy behave? They have healthy habits. They pray, they meditate, they eat well-rounded, healthy food. So think about, what do you need to do today to be the person that you envision? Now here's a couple more examples. Jim Carrey, and I think a lot of people have already heard this story, he wrote himself a check to himself, his own checkbook to himself, for $10 million. 20 million, even better. 20 million. I don't know why I wrote down 10. I have to raise my abundance consciousness. $20 million. And he carried that check in his wallet, so the story goes, for 10 years. That's why I wrote down 10. 10 years. And then he was offered a role where he earned $20 million. He believed it. He saw it, and he believed it, and he lived as if. He lived as if. Here's another one. You may recognize her. But here's the interesting thing about this picture. We know this picture was taken on the stage. This picture was taken a year before I ever did my talk here the first time. I envisioned myself becoming a co-minister here. And voila, right? I believed it. I saw it. I was already coming to the church, and I saw myself here in that capacity. So when you think about, what is it that you envision for your life? What do you need to do today to truly believe it so that you can see it? What do you envision for your community, for planet Earth? What do we need to do today to make that a reality? So what are our lessons today? Well, we've already talked about the fact that every form, everything starts in mind. We imagine it, we think about, wouldn't it be cool if, and then we start creating it. And then we see it, and we take the steps to make it happen. And imagination is one of the most powerful faculties, I truly believe, to create our lives. I had in my medicine cabinet, when I would open the cabinet door in our apartment in California, I had about a dozen different pictures of houses on it. Every day, multiple times a day, because I'm in the bathroom a lot, multiple times, I would look at those images of houses. And I believed with every cell of my being that I would be moving out of that apartment and living in a house. And we found it here in Wilmington, right? I didn't tell Spirit exactly where it had to be or what exactly it had to look like. I just stayed centered in faith and knowing that if I can believe it, I can see it, and it will be. So our final affirmation for today, and I'm going to say it once and then we'll all say it together. If I can see it, I can be it. If I can dream it, I can achieve it. Ready? If I can see it, I can be it. If I can dream it, I can achieve it. And so it is. All right. So we are at that point where we are seeing prosperity everywhere. And I know that each and every person here is in that divine flow of abundance. And so here at our spiritual center, we offer so many ways for you to donate, give your time, your talent, and we say thank you for that. So let's do our mudra. There we go. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. Be a blessing to the world.
And I know in these baskets, what's circulating online is God in action. And I know that each and every person is divinely blessed and guided to their highest and their best. And it's with gratitude and thanksgiving that I release my word, knowing it's done, and together we say, and so it is. Thank you. All right, I'd like to invite Ann back up to the stage for our many announcements. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you, Ellen. So we do have a lot of announcements and lots of wonderful things going on here at Unity. They seem to keep expanding and growing. Today, if you've not been here on our Super Sunday, today is Soup Sunday. So please take advantage in the fellowship hall of having some delicious homemade soup brought in by many of our congregants. Also today, twice a month, we do kirtan here. Madhavaya comes and spends an hour with some musical instruments. And kirtan is a call and response chanting the many, many different names of God. And it's a lovely, lovely, peaceful experience. And that will happen right here in the sanctuary at 12:30. And you're welcome to stay. Hope you'll try it out. And I think, Cecilia, you wanted to come up and talk about the integrative health weekend we're having, which is pretty amazing. Cecilia's good at organizing these things. Microphone.
I learned from last week. Thank you. So next weekend, is it working? Yep. Next weekend is a big weekend for us. We're having a whole weekend of healing arts. There are going to be over 8 different practitioners here. Some events, some things that you may not be aware of, some activities you may not have experienced before. If you flip the next slide, you'll see a long, long list of people and practices that they're going to be doing. Human design.
Show them all the...
Here you go. And we'll have these out for you to pick up. But some of the things you may not have heard of are human design, or actually energy healing from a distance. So there's a wide variety of new things for you to try or learn about. And then also on Sunday, we're going to have a healing sound bath. There are going to be 3 different practitioners here. We're going to have sound bowls, drumming, and harp music, or harp healing. So the entrance is $20 for one activity. If you pay ahead, $45 for 3, or at the door, $50 for 3, and the sound bath is another $20 the next day. So that's a very reasonable fee to learn and experience a wide variety of new healing modalities that might expand your own consciousness too. So I hope that everyone comes, and if you are on our e-blast, then share that with other people. Put it on your own Facebook or whatever. We're trying to get as many new people into the building as we can. We have a beautiful, open, bright, building. We want to get all our friends here too. Plus, we're going to have an art gallery, a new art gallery going in the community room next weekend. Rich Walsh is one of our members. He's going to have his artwork there, and another person who comes quite often, Kathy Akers. Beautiful artwork, and there'll just be a whole plethora of new experiences for you.
I don't need that.
Oh, you don't? That's right.
I would make a
You're
mess.
wired.
That would make a mess. I'm wired. Okay, so please you're coming, and please tell your friends and everybody that you know. It's going to be an amazing weekend. I can't be here, unfortunately, but I would be if I could be. So we have our fundraiser coming up, and that is, what's the date, Cliff? November 16th. Saturday, November 16th. Please mark your calendars. We have a renowned pianist that will be playing for us from 7 to 9 here. There'll be a live auction and a silent auction and food and lots of fellowship and fun. So please mark, yes?
I just wanted to mention there's donation sheets on the cadets in the hallway.
Donation sheets.
Donate items to the auction.
Oh, yes, for the auction, we need donated items. So if you have something at home that is pretty cool, but you really don't want anymore, think about donating it for this auction. Or you have a hairstylist you go to that you could ask, would they be willing to donate a hair experience, or nails, or other things, a makeover, whatever. Anyhow, it's going to be a lot of fun, so please mark your calendar. Fantastic. We need donations also. We're trying to help out the people in Western North Carolina. And we're asking people for next week to bring in first aid items, Band-Aids, alcohol, not drinking alcohol, any kinds of things, if somebody cut themselves, they might need, but any kind of like medical stuff that you could use at home, please consider bringing, because that's going to be our focus over the next number of weeks, to see what kinds of items we can collect to send to Western North Carolina. Okay. Something new, another something new. We keep having lots of something news. It's called Circle of Hope for Holiday Blues. It's going to be happening starting in November, the first and third Sundays from 4:30 to 6. So it's going to be for people who are alone over the holidays and maybe get blue. Finding strength and togetherness, easing the grief journey. It's going to be facilitated by our dear Teresa Rodriguez. She's a prayer partner and a grief intuitive coach. So if you know anybody that you think could benefit from that, or if you yourself could benefit from that, mark the calendars for the first and third Sundays, 4:30 to 6, starting in November. This is really important, so tune up your ears or your hearing aids. We need volunteers. We know people love to come to this wonderful spiritual center. And in order to make things work as well as they do, we need volunteers. We need people to be willing to stand at the doors and welcome. We want people to be welcome when they come here. We also have a lovely hospitality after every service on Sunday where people donate food and whatnot. But we need people to be in the room and help with hospitality, to greet people, to help put things out, to help put things down. And you can choose to come before or after. And there are lots of other things that we do in this community for service. And so being part of any congregation, I think, should include service of some kind. What talent do I have that I can share with this beautiful, wonderful community? So if you could see, who should she see? Ah, back there. Gail O'Brien. She's wonderful. Talk to her. And it would be like once a month. You know, if you come for welcome, I do welcome, and I love doing welcome because I get a chance to smile and greet people as they come in. And if there's someone new, I get to introduce myself and recognize that they're new. That's pretty nice because we are a community and we want people to feel really welcome here. So hospitality team, welcome team, and the marketing team is another one we probably could use more people on. So give it some thought and see Gail. All right, for more events, and we have lots, and you will see in the hospitality room that there are sign-up sheets for all kinds of things that are coming up and that you might want to participate in. And for more events, you can go to unitywill.com and see check in the calendar of events. And you can sign up there also for the e-blast. So an e-blast goes out twice a week, and it tells you all the wonderful things that are going on. It usually has a message from our ministers, and it also will give you the theme of what that month is going to be about. There's also a Facebook page you can join. Anyhow, so every week we celebrate one of our teams. And unfortunately, well, Myron's here, so anybody that's connected with building and grounds, Rich Walsh is there. Myron, you are, right? Could you stand up so we can acknowledge you? Anybody else that works with buildings and grounds? And thank you for what you do. One more thing. Over here we have this very cool, whatever you call it. It's like a screen. And this is our theme for 2024 is Soar in 2024. And so what we've asked people to do is on these little slips of sticky notes, write some success you've had, something that you feel good about, a project that you want to complete, a project you want to start, a person you want to bring in your life or have brought in your life, or. And it's great to go read them. People just write a little note and say what they're happy about, what they're pleased with. And I love to go over and read them. And Soar in 24. So I think that's it for our announcements. Amazing service, amazing talk, Ellen.
I don't have time for dancing. That's just gonna have to wait a while. Ain't got time for messing around, and it's not my style. This old town can slow you down, people taking the easy way. But I know exactly where I'm going, getting closer and closer every day, and I'm almost there. Hey, I'm almost there. People down here think I'm crazy, but I don't care. Trials and tribulations, I've had my share. Ain't nobody gonna stop me now, 'cause I'm almost there. I remember my daddy told me fairy tales can't come true, but you gotta make it happen. It all depends on you. So I'll work real hard each and every day. Now things are going my way, just doing what I do. Come on, boys, I'm a-coming through, and I'm almost there. Hey, I'm almost there. People gonna come here from everywhere, and I'm almost there. I'm almost there. There's been trials and tribulations. You know I've had my share, but I've climbed the mountain, I've crossed the river, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
rounds of applause. And I really want to thank Katie and Mitch and Justin. And I want to welcome our youth into the sanctuary. Let's give them some appreciation. Thank you, thank you. And Senna for being our youth ed director. We have such incredible people here, don't we? Yourselves included, and Kara in the back. I know today we didn't recognize everyone, so I wish we weren't almost there. I just want to keep going. Let's just start all over again. Let's do our prayer for protection. So I invite everybody to stand and say together with me, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God molds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let this begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And let's truly believe in that peace. Let's see it everywhere we go, see it in each other's faces, and let's know and affirm together peace, whole, health, abundance in all areas of our life. Have a beautiful Sunday, everyone. See you back here next week. And so it is. Woo!
Three of them.
Thank you.
There's three. Thank you.